The atmosphere at Dubai International Airport that day was unlike any other. From the early hours, a quiet excitement had already begun to build among fans who believed something extraordinary was about to happen. For armies in Dubai, this was not just another rumor circulating online or a fleeting moment of hope. It felt real, tangible, and close enough to touch. Messages spread quickly across fan communities, group chats, and social media platforms, all pointing to one possibility: BTS might be passing through Dubai. Fans came prepared. Some brought banners carefully folded in their bags, others clutched their phones, constantly refreshing timelines for updates. Many wore masks and casual outfits, blending in with regular travelers, yet their eyes revealed unmistakable anticipation. For hours they waited. Time seemed to slow as each passing minute carried both hope and anxiety. But as the day wore on, the mood began to shift, and what started as excitement gradually turned into confusion and ultimately disappointment. Armies had heard whispers that BTS, fresh from resuming full group activities after years of limited appearances, would be traveling internationally. Earlier signs had fueled this belief. On February 2, BTS leader RM had shared a practice room selfie caption, "Start," a single word that sent shockwaves through the fandom. To longtime fans, this wasn't just a casual post, it felt like a declaration. Soon after, BTS's full 7-member lineup was spotted at Incheon Airport, confirming that the group was indeed on the move. RM later posted another selfie from the plane with the now iconic caption, "BTS is open for business again after 4 years." That message alone was enough to ignite global excitement. With BTS traveling, speculation spread rapidly about possible destinations. Dubai, a global transit hub and frequent stop for international flights, became one of the most talked about possibilities. For armies living in or near the city, even the smallest chance of seeing BTS in person was enough to make them drop everything. Some took time off work or school, others traveled long distances just to reach the airport. They told themselves they would be happy just to catch a glimpse, a wave, or even see the members from afar. As hours passed, fans remained patient. They respected airport rules, kept their distance, and avoided causing disruptions. Many emphasized that they were there not to invade BTS's privacy but simply to show support. The belief was strong: if BTS arrived, they would likely be escorted quietly, but perhaps there would still be a moment, however brief, where fans could see them. But then slowly, the reality began to set in. Flights arrived and departed, crowds shifted, airport announcements echoed overhead, yet BTS did not appear. No official confirmation came, no sighting photos emerged, and no staff hinted at their presence. The excitement that once buzzed through the terminal faded into uneasy silence. Fans checked updates obsessively, hoping for any sign that they were just late or that plans had changed. Some clung to hope until the very last moment. Eventually, one by one, armies began to leave. For many, the walk out of the airport felt heavier than expected. It wasn't just about missing BTS. It was about the emotional buildup, the shared anticipation, and the sense of connection that had formed among fans during those long hours of waiting. Some admitted they felt foolish for hopping so much, while others reassured themselves that supporting BTS had always meant accepting uncertainty. So what really happened? According to later reports and fan investigations, BTS never intended to appear publicly in Dubai at that time. If the group did transit through the city, it was done under strict security and privacy measures, possibly using private facilities away from public terminals. Given BTS's global status and the intense attention they attract, such arrangements are not unusual. In recent years, especially following safety concerns and overwhelming crowds at airports worldwide, artists of BTS's scale often avoid public exposure during travel. Another possibility is that the speculation itself simply grew beyond reality. In the age of instant communication, rumors can escalate quickly, especially within passionate fandoms. A single flight number, an unverified post, or a misunderstood update can spark massive expectations. In this case, the combination of BTS's confirmed travel and Dubai's role as an international hub may have created a perfect storm of assumptions. Still, the disappointment felt by Dubai armies was real and deeply human. Many fans later took to social media to share their experiences. Some posted photos of empty waiting areas, others wrote heartfelt messages about how it felt to wait for hours alongside fellow fans united by the same hope. Rather than anger, most expressed understanding. They emphasized that BTS did nothing wrong and that artists have every right to move privately and safely. In fact, many fans turned the experience into a reminder of what ARMY truly represents. They spoke about patience, respect, and unconditional support, One fan wrote that even though she didn't see BTS, she felt closer to the fandom than ever before. Another said that just being there, believing, and sharing the moment with others was meaningful in its own way. This incident also reignited conversations about airport culture and fan boundaries. Over the years, BTS members themselves have subtly expressed discomfort with chaotic airport situations. From crowded terminals to invasive filming, such environments can be stressful and unsafe, not just for the artists but for fans as well. Many armies agreed that while disappointment hurts, respecting BTS's well-being matters more. Interestingly, the story didn't end with frustration. Instead, it became another chapter in the long history between BTS and their fans, a story of devotion, hope, misunderstanding, and growth. Some fans joked that this would become a legendary ARMY memory, one of those moments that later gets retold with laughter and nostalgia. For BTS, their return to full group activities marked a new era. Every move they make now is watched closely, analyzed, and celebrated. For fans, this means learning to balance excitement with realism. Not every rumor will come true, and not every wait will end with a sighting, but the bond between BTS and ARMY remains unchanged. As Dubai armies headed home that day, many did so with heavy hearts, but also with pride. Pride in being part of a fandom that knows how to hope deeply, support sincerely, and accept disappointment with grace. In the end, they may not have seen BTS, but they experienced something just as powerful, the shared heartbeat of ARMY, united by love, patience, and unwavering belief. And perhaps that is what really happened at the airport, not just a missed encounter, but a reminder of why BTS and ARMY continue to walk this journey together, even when paths don't cross as expected. The story continued to ripple through online communities long after the airport lights dimmed and the waiting crowds dispersed. What initially felt like a quiet disappointment in one city soon became a shared emotional moment for armies around the world. Fans from different countries responded with empathy, reminding Dubai armies that their feelings were valid and understood. Many had experienced similar moments themselves, times when hope ran high, only to be met with silence and unanswered expectations. What made this incident resonate so deeply was not just the absence of BTS, but the context surrounding it. This was a moment when the group had just officially signaled their return as Seven. After years of solo projects, military service, and limited group appearances, every move BTS made carried enormous symbolic weight. Fans were not simply waiting for idols at an airport, they were waiting for confirmation that a long-awaited chapter had truly begun. The emotional intensity was amplified by timing. BTS's return came after a period when fans had learned patience the hard way. They waited through uncertainty, long separations, and sparse updates. So when RM's words, "BTS is open for business again after 4 years," reached the fandom, they felt like a promise. Not a promise of airport appearances, but a promise of presence, connection, and renewed momentum. For some fans, that message translated into an almost instinctive urge to be closer, even if just physically, even if only for a moment. Dubai, as a city that symbolizes global movement and connection, felt like the perfect place for such an encounter. It is a crossroads of cultures, flights, and possibilities. For armies there, the idea that BTS might pass through felt meaningful, almost poetic. That belief made the waiting feel worthwhile until it was. As more details emerged, fan-run accounts clarified that BTS's travel arrangements were likely designed to avoid exactly the kind of attention that had gathered. Over the years, airport scenes involving BTS have grown increasingly tense, with overwhelming crowds and safety concerns becoming a serious issue. Both Big Hit Music and the members themselves have emphasized the importance of privacy and safety, urging fans not to gather at airports. This understanding softened the disappointment for many. Fans began reframing the narrative not as a failure or a missed chance, but as a lesson in respect. They reminded each other that supporting BTS also means trusting their decisions, even when those decisions keep fans at a distance. Love, after all, does not always require visibility.